hope you had a wonderful sleep and that your day looks prosperous ahead and sunny and wonderful. And some of you are going, she's too happy. Get her quiet. Sometimes I'm saying that for myself. See, sometimes I wake up going, oh, am I going to make this day? Because, then you're rushing and rushing and rushing. Those of you that are moms or dads that ride their children around, it's hard work. um, I've been reading Isaiah, and I find Isaiah very sort of like hard book to get through. I love Jeremiah because I relate well to Jeremiah. And Jeremiah is going out telling people stuff, and then they get cross with him. Then he runs to his guy, and then he goes, "Lord, but you said I must say it." And I took my mouth away from myself. Afrikaans my back verby gepraat. So I talk over and above what I should be saying, and sometimes I get myself into a bit of trouble. And but I find that when I understand the context of what's going on, so I read a little bit about Isaiah and his time and what was happening, and then I read Isaiah in snippets and small bits and some explanation around it. But this verse in Isaiah twigged me quite quickly. Isaiah 26, well, 2 verses, 3 and 4. Those of steadfast mind you keep in peace, because they trust in you. Trust in the Lord forever, for in the Lord you have an everlasting rock. Now we always, there's lots of scriptures that go, he's your rock, and he's your strong tower, and there's always this strength around God, and he's the strength that keeps us going. He's the strength that keeps us in the know. He's God is our strength, and he's our provider. But I sense here, and it could just be what I am experiencing, I sense here that Isaiah is a little bit frustrated, but can't they hear? When your child does the same thing over and over, and you're like, I told you not to do that, and look now what's happened. I told you, you often spend your time saying that to people. So then stop doing the thing that's getting you into trouble. It was the prophet's job to understand the law and then to tell the people what the law was. But often God would be speaking to the prophets and saying, this law, look what they're doing. They are breaking that law. They are worshipping other idols. They are not doing things in love. They are not loving their neighbor. They are not giving like I've been telling them to give. They are stealing from each other. And then the prophet would go out and go, you are doing this, 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 and this, and God is going to do that. And it would drive the people crazy, and they would get upset. And I sense those of steadfast mind, you keep in peace. I'm like, I think he's going, but Lord, they know that if they are steadfast, you will keep peace on them, the shalom around them. They will have a happy life. And then he says, because they trust in you. So he's going, but surely can't they see? That's what I think he's saying. I could be wrong. But it just resonated like that with me. And because I am looking at what's happening in the world and around in my community, and I'm going, but I don't understand this. And then I read this piece, and those of steadfast mind. And it was like I was being told that if you keep steadfast and trust in the Lord, you will have an everlasting rock. We often speak about everlasting life, but we'll have this solidity, this thing that grounds us and anchors us. We will have an everlasting rock, not one that can be shattered or exploded or whatever, one that is everlasting and always. Now that just makes me wonder, why? Because I've been getting a bit frustrated about things I've seen in the news. Why are people not keeping steadfast in mind with God? You know, when you are not working godly and loving with your neighbor, then God can't be your everlasting rock. So I have to ask myself, my neighbor is my husband and my children and my neighbor around my house and the person that I'm driving behind to school and the person that brings me my food if I go to a restaurant, or the man that helps me put petrol in my car, or those are my neighbors. Am I treating them with love and dignity? Am I doing my business honestly? And do I treat my business partner with reverence? Because I am blessed by him. Are you asking yourself these same questions? They're worth asking, because those are the things that when you are doing it wrong, you change. That's what brings you closer to God. So have a wonderful day while you're examining that, and we'll speak again tomorrow.